Hello, YouTube. I am your host, the Crimson Warrior, and I just wanted to ramble on with you guys about the Game On Expo and the World's Weekend because I've really enjoyed myself. Spent a little too much, to be honest, and just kind of want to share my experience with you guys. So, starting with the Game On Expo, because that was first on Friday, it was an absolutely amazing experience, thanks to all of the vendors, the people, and amazing MTG gaming. They had an awesome spot for Yu-Gi-Oh! My friend got Mario, the voice actor for Mario, his autograph and his picture, which he was really excited about, and it was just a really fun time. I managed to get a whole bunch of Force of Will playmats, because those are my favorite playmats of all, basically. I love these old Force of Will playmats, even though I know nothing about the game. They're really cute, and I enjoy them. And then on top of that, I got some prints, because what else do you do at a nerd expo? I wanted to add some more background art for the videos so things didn't seem so blank, not so many blank spots, and what better than nerd stuff, to be real. Pokemon, Legend of Zelda, Metal Gear Solid, all of my favorite series. And then Alice in Wonderland. I love this print. It's a really long one, and I think I'm gonna put it back there between the Dishonored and the Owl poster, because I think that'll be the best spot for it, to be honest. Other than that, I managed to find a game that I've been missing for 2 years. One day I saw this at Bookman's, and I wanted to get it so bad, but I just lost my job, and I had no budget at all for video games, so I didn't get it. And when I came back to get it, it wasn't there anymore, because it's such a hot ticket item, it just sold instantly. I found it at the Expo for 45 bucks, $20 cheaper than normally everyone else sells it, and it's got the manual and everything. It's just beautiful. So after that, I kind of went crazy, and I got a GameCube, and thanks to Hector, thank you Hector for helping me get the GameCube. That was after I'd overspent a little bit, and I wanted to get this GameCube so I didn't have to break my MK2 that I got, the HD thing for GameCube that makes it basically so it can go to HDMI. It's the best video quality you can get, and it totally makes it so that you can record easily without using the composite cables, and I was just super excited to get that because it cleans up the signal. And I know most people don't care about that, but I notice a huge difference, especially being a modern gamer used to modern graphics. Any change in crispiness is awesome. Even though I played the N64 and the PS1 as a kid, more so the N64 than the PS1, going back to those graphics, I definitely realized that I had nostalgia goggles. So little gizmos like this, even though ridiculously expensive, really do make it seem like the experience you remember as a child, at least for me. On top of that, I got myself the Superboy and Chrono Trigger, and for all of you who know how much that is, yeah, I spent a little too much on it, but it's fun. I love it. It's a good time, and honestly, Chrono Trigger is one of my favorite games of all time. Between the artists and the people who made it, it was just the dream project with the dream team. Beautiful artwork. I grew up loving Dragon Ball Z, and seeing this game, it just I love it. It's absolutely amazing, and I know I like the game already because I have the DS copy, so I've always wanted the original, and I was super excited to get that. So that was basically my whole experience at the Game On Expo, merchandise-wise. Other than that, I got a couple of other mats, but they're buried under some stuff, so I won't show you guys those. Thanks to, I showed you guys amazing MTG. I managed to get those mats. They had an awesome little, locals there. We only popped with 4 players, one of them being a kid. and so we just kind of did casual rounds against each other. All I brought was Salamangreat, so sadly I couldn't be casual. I thought the event was going to be a bit bigger and more of like a huge style locals with a big prize. I misjudged it. Had I known that, I would have brought my Blackwings, but it is what it is. I dueled against the kid first. He was fun and interesting. He didn't know the game very well, so I tried to slow down the Salamangreat combos and then just tried to show him how to play the game, basically. And he had the Endymion, one copy of the Endymion structure deck. I recommended to his father that if he wanted to help his son out with the game, that I'd recommend getting 2 more of those structure decks, because it's guaranteed products. It's only $20. It would really help the kid to learn and grow and force you to stick within a particular archetype, but he would have to keep going to locals and you'd have to keep playing the game and stuff like that. And he was a young kid, so who knows if he keeps playing. I hope that maybe my help inspires him to continue playing, but honestly, that is the best case scenario. Other than that, I saw a friend there, 2 friends actually, one from Samurai Comics that I see on the weekends, and then the other that I haven't seen since I played at Samurai Comics since high school. It was awesome. He was one of the people who taught me how to play the game. He's a budget player who really loves the game and is always looking for his best way to play the game. He completely counteracts the meta. He plays anti-meta decks, but with no excuses to his losses. He knows cards, he knows their interactions, he knows rulings. He's incredibly intelligent, and back in the day, I picked up Ritual Beast just because he did, and I loved the deck, and learning it with him and learning his thoughts on that process was really a growing experience for me within the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. So getting to see him again was awesome. I wish him well, and I hope to see him again soon when his situation settles out. He has got his own stuff going on, which is why he's not appearing at locals these days. Other than that, Hector and I, my friend, we walked around the vendor halls, had a good time. A couple of Hector's friends came along too. It was just awesome to be with everyone, walk the vendor halls, get to see what everyone enjoys. So much Pokemon and anime all in one spot. It was absolutely amazing. And if you're a gamer who's at home all the time and you're not very social, like, come to one of these expos. It's absolutely amazing. It's just so fun, and you get to meet people that you share a common interest in, and it really helps break the ice and helps you talk to others. So I would really recommend it if you don't get out often to go to these events. If you enjoy anime or Yu-Gi-Oh or card games or Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder, all of that was at this event. Retro games, new games, all of it, all kinds of people. It was just an absolutely amazing experience. Now getting on to Worlds. Yesterday I went to a Worlds locals with my friends, and man, I wish I could say I had a positive experience. I definitely had positives from the experience. I got to learn from some really good players, some really good interactions. It was really high skill games. I think I went 2-2. Only because of time. I would have been 1-3 had it not been for time. But it was the first time I'd been to a shop that it was all competitive players, and the atmosphere, I won't lie, kind of suffered because of that. Like, when there's only competitive players in there, things can tend to get a little too aggressive sometimes, and it was a little much. And honestly, like, to be real, I missed the environment that I had at Samurai Comics, where there's competitive player, casual players, kids. There's a little bit of a mix of everyone, so when someone's a little bit too much for you, you can just go and talk to someone else after you know they finish up their deal. But at this shop, everything was Yu-Gi-Oh! Every 2 seconds, and it was rulings this and time that, and I had a good time, but it was a bit overmuch, and I honestly don't think I'm gonna return to that store after that, especially because it was so far. It was like a 30-minute drive, and I honestly don't enjoy driving that much. So, going into that, I actually have to do edits because I've made some critical mistakes in my deck building process for Worlds. I didn't realize Crusadia Thunder Dragon is actually a super meta deck going into Worlds, which is something that I missed and didn't think of at all. Pendulum is not there, and the two Pendulum players I saw dropped out after Game 1 losses in Bricks because they weren't able to play some of their more staple broken cards because of the amalgamation of the TCG and the OCG ban list. So, like, Striker and Salamangreat were the most representative, as I thought, but for those that had money for the Thunder Dragon and time to learn the Crusadia variant of the deck, has totally taken the Worlds by storm. I think the tournament went to, or no, they chopped yesterday. I'm excited today to go back to Samurai Comics and do a Worlds there. I didn't win anything in the raffle, so I'm hoping I can either get lucky and win something in the raffle, or I can go #1 and win the envelope and the mat the fair and square way. Either way, I just want to walk away from this Worlds with the mat and the envelope, whether I keep it or trade it off and sell it. I don't care. I just want the experience, to be honest, because this is what Yu-Gi-Oh! Is all about, being a part of community, enjoying the events, having fun, trying something new. Even though I didn't enjoy the atmosphere at the shop I went to yesterday, it was a good experience to learn because I'd never been to an experience where it was just competitive players at the shop. So it shows you what you do and don't like and what you want in a community. So every shop's different. If you don't like one, always try another, because the community varies location to location. People have access to different places at different times. That's everything. I'm super excited for Worlds today. Shoutouts to Samurai Comics and Phoenix. I'll be there at 11, just starting to play test and getting everything together, helping my friends. I got a core that I'm letting a friend borrow. I won't say what it is because I don't want to spoil it for you guys at all, but I'm super excited to see how things go and if maybe anti-meta takes Worlds by storm, potentially. If you guys liked the video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Tell me what you thought. Did you go to the Game On Expo? Are you enjoying Worlds this weekend or watching the live streams? Comment, be a part of the community. Subscribe if you enjoy my content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to see every time I upload, because it ain't stopping now. Peace, guys.